I'm here and I turn and I make eye contact with my dad, my Indian father, as I'm holding on to my guy partner, no sweatpants on. Hi, my name is Simmi Singh, and this is a story about when I got caught because I lied to my Indian parents. And all of you American kids are liars. But we can't lie because we're Indian. I'll take you back to my junior year in high school. It was 2006, maybe 5. I had long hair in a ponytail at all times because I was a tomboy. I didn't touch a straightener till my senior year of high school. Again, Indian parents. I had braces. My eyebrows were not plucked. This was just hair. And then my mom allowed me to wax it. So it was just a white square right here. But at least I had 2 brows now. I come from a place that is known as Ocala, Florida, or Slocala, or Hicksville. Just picture a pickup truck, 2 balls hanging off from the back of it, and people just spitting out tobacco as they drive by you. White people. We were the only Indian family in town. In fact, my dad ran the only Indian restaurant in town. And being the only Indian family in town, we lived a certain way. It was white on the outside, Indian at home. Well, for my parents, it was always Indian. You couldn't have sleepovers because if you went to your white friends' homes, they were gonna kill you. Clothing. I was, fully clothed at all times. I was a cheerleader though, so I don't know how we got past that. I always had to be first in my class. As Indians, we're not allowed to do anything but go to school. And then you read extra books for no reason until it's time to go to sleep. School, home, homework, book, bed. So I get to high school and I just want to fit in. Like a cat. I didn't have 9 lives. I had 2. One at school and a whole different life at home. One day I heard about the dance team in high school and I really wanted to be a part of it. So I convinced my mom to let me on the team because it would get me into college. So this dance team was a co-ed hip-hop dance team. I did not tell my mom that. I told her it was all girls. I told her that it was fully clothed. We wore the sweatpants and hoodies until we took them off for our shorts, sometimes fishnets, and our crop tops. And I knew my mom wouldn't show up to any of the dance stuff because it has nothing to do with school. We had competitions and performances and things like that. Competitions my parents understood. Performances, they did not understand because unless you're going to a spelling bee, you don't leave school. You stay in school during school hours. You sit there until the bell rings and then you can go pee. Everybody on the dance team was free to do whatever the heck they wanted, which was so bizarre to me. You could just go to Steak a Shake at 8 p.m. and that's okay. You could go to dance parties and show off your dance moves. They could do it all. One day, my friends got an opportunity to work this daytime gig. Hey, Sim, we want you to be a part of this performance. So they didn't understand that I wasn't gonna be able to perform because it was in the middle of a school day. So random Wednesday, 1 p.m. And the teachers were not supposed to know. We were still gonna get in trouble from school if they found out. But these kids did not seem to care. I said, oh, so you guys are just gonna leave? Like school? What? Everybody on my dance team was like, yeah. Do you know what would have happened if my parents found out? Game over. I would have been shipped off to India and probably ended up in med school somehow. Hey guys, I don't think that's gonna be okay. And you can't tell your white friends this. They don't know what that means. They were not taking no for an answer because I was a part of the team. And if I didn't go, they weren't gonna get paid. A little voice inside me was telling me, don't do it. But then there was this other voice, the white friend's voice, that came up from the left shoulder. How would they find out? Because it's like in school. I'm in school at 1 p.m. My parents think I'm in school and they're at work. It'll be okay. So I went with it. The next day, I got up in the morning. I'm having breakfast with my parents. I'm drinking chai. Yeah, mom, school ends at 3:30. I'll be home by 4. No worries. Bounced, right? I had my bag, my performance stuff, but it was like inside my actual book bag so they can't tell. Went to school, left around 11:30 to get to this performance. So I get there, and as I'm going towards the kitchen, I start sensing this familiar smell. Smells really good. Smells very familiar. Smells like Indian food. I didn't ask what the performance was. I just said, cool, performance. Of all things, it was an Indian wedding. I didn't put 2 and 2 together still because I was very confident that I was not gonna get caught. And I turn and I see this plaque catered by Amrit Palace, the only Indian restaurant in Ocala, Florida, right? By Simmi Singh, the only Indian father in Ocala, Florida. And then one of my friends walks up, she's like, oh my God, your dad's catering this. Yes, he is. Nobody knew this? I need an escape plan. Am I a smart Indian kid? Just turn around and get the hell out of there? Or do I just do this performance and hope for the best and not let my dad see me? Of every single book that they made me read, that's a lot of books. There was nothing in any of that taught me what to do in that particular situation. Okay, maybe I can still figure this out, right? Caterers are in the kitchen, dancers perform outside, I can still hide. I'm like, yeah guys, everything's fine, let's just do it. So the performance starts. 15 seconds into it, I'm here and I turn and I make eye contact with my dad. My Indian father is looking at me, his Indian daughter, right in the eyes as I'm holding on to my guy partner with just shorts, no sweatpants on. And it was almost this sinister smile on his face. That's it. I felt like he was plotting my demise with the eye contact. After the performance is done, I get off with the dude, take my sweatpants and whatever dignity I threw on the floor. This is how my dad got back at me. So he brings this plate out, one little vegetable samosa. Vegetable too, he didn't give me meat. That's a diss. And he goes, did you have lunch at school? You could have slapped me across my face, but you're gonna ask me if I had lunch with a samosa in your hand that you cooked at the wedding that I was not supposed to be dancing at? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. And he goes, okay, we'll talk when we get home. Will you be home at 4 o'clock? Yeah, that's where I'll be. I took my sweatpants, then I walked out. So I get home at 3:59. I'm looking my dad in the eyes, not really. I'm actually looking down at his feet. And then he said, so when's your next performance? And I said, I wouldn't know. Oh, because you quit. I did that and now I'm here. And he goes, oh, good. Sit, have your samosa.